Hey there, this is Jaxie with the Systems Alliance, and in this video we're going to go over the fact that Halo Infinite is now confirmed to have microtransactions. Microsoft, what are you doing? So to start off, Halo. One of the most beloved and biggest franchises of all time, especially if you're talking about a franchise that's limited to just one console. The first Halo was big. Halo 2 revolutionized online gaming. That was the one that made people rush out to buy an Xbox. And Halo was one of the reasons why the 360 won the last generation's console wars with the PS3. Sony started off basically how Microsoft started off in this current generation by making their console too expensive, having things you didn't want, no good exclusives, etc., etc., etc. But the 360 just had all the good games. It had Halo, it had Gears of War, it had, at the time, Fable going for it, and what a lot of people forget, it also had Mass Effect. That was exclusive for the first two games. So 360 really had it going, but Halo was the prize. I remember when Halo 3 came out, and I was in college, and nobody showed up to class the day after it dropped because everyone stayed up all night, spent the entire day, night, the next day playing Halo. I've never seen anything like it, a phenomenon that could do that. But that's how big Halo was. People didn't even have PlayStations on campus at all. The Nintendo Wii had just come out and that was still like a joke that had no games. The 360 ruled, especially here in America. Halo Reach might be my favorite Halo game of all time. Absolutely love that game. Definitely one of the top games. Also love Halo 3. I actually really like Halo 4 as well. But ever since Bungie moved on and 343 took over, it's just been a little messy. And Halo 5, not that great. And even their Ultimate Collection, where you could have all the Halos, remastered, all of that. So many problems, so that was pretty disappointing as well. That could have been great and should have been great, and the fact that Microsoft couldn't get their own game to work on their own system, they eventually did after a million patches, but it was too late by then. It's been pretty disappointing for Halo. So then we got the new trailer for Halo Infinite at E3, and it looked pretty cool. Wasn't sure what was going on with it, but it did look like Master Chief was back, so that was cool, but wasn't sure what kind of game it would even be. Obviously it's going to be online, multiplayer, all that, but what would it really be? And at E3, Microsoft made a big point to announce purchases of 5 new studios. 5 new studios are going to make new IPs just for them. That is absolutely huge. They're showing that they need to get back into this. They're serious about the console race. Sony has had a lot of bad press lately, but is still putting out good games like God of War and Spider-Man. But the whole crossplay thing with Fortnite, started giving people really bad taste in their mouth with Sony. And Microsoft and Nintendo, they were capitalizing on it. They were putting out ads together about how you can crossplay and you can't with Sony, and there was a big backlash against Sony. So Microsoft was on their way up. They were the consumer-friendly console, and to see this news just makes me wonder what exactly is going on. Because now this game is going to be under the microscope just like Anthem is for EA, just like Battlefield is for EA, just like the next Star Wars game will be for, unfortunately, EA, just like FIFA is, just like PUBG. And I just don't understand why Microsoft would risk this. Their brand is going up with their strongest IP that's gonna sell millions. It's gonna sell over 10 million if it's decent and better than Halo 5. If it's great, who knows? 20 million? I mean, people love the Halo franchise. So to sully it by putting microtransactions in it, I just don't get it. So anyway, the news broke because there was a job posting. And that job posting was for Online Experience Design Director. So, okay, that's no big deal. But obviously you want to look and see what the requirements are, see what the duties are, all that good stuff. And this is the key part right here. One of the duties is to design and deliver a AAA player investment experience that focuses on our fans and their desire to express their passion for our franchise. So even before I finish this, that sounds like the fans who are wanting to give us their money. And how can we get more money out of it? But then it continues, in parentheses, included but not limited to microtransactions. So they're looking for someone who knows how to implement microtransactions. Now, this is someone that Microsoft doesn't need to hire. They're already on a good trajectory. Why would they do this? I don't know, but they're doing it. So pretty disappointing news. And yes, it's going to be live service, so generally you say, well, Microsoft needs that money to, keep its servers going, all that stuff. We're talking about Microsoft. You got to get out of the Xbox portion of them, which is like less than 1% of their entire company. And what's their big thing right now? The cloud. They're number 2 to Amazon in the cloud space. And there's a reason why Microsoft should use just a tiny fraction of that power, and that's for their gaming division. You don't need microtransactions. You don't need loot boxes. You have everything you need right in your own servers, which Sony can't match that. Nintendo can't even come close to matching that. You have a huge advantage in the online space as Microsoft with the technology you have from the other parts of your company. Why do this? So Chris Lee, the head of 343, and definitely not to be confused with the Hawaii representative who is 100% against loot boxes and microtransactions. Chris Lee of 343 said the following on Twitter in response to some of this. He said, "Keep the faith, it's appreciated. We're still going through final plans and we'll share more when we are ready, but I can definitely say that Halo Infinite will not include real money loot boxes." Well, okay, it's not going to include loot boxes because you don't want to completely tank not only your Halo brand, but the rest of Xbox too. So I get that no loot boxes. Us fans are smart enough to know the difference between microtransactions and loot boxes. Yes, loot boxes are the worst. They're the ones that prey on the gambling, all of that stuff. But microtransactions, they kind of suck too. So he didn't exactly give any answers when he replied to this. And yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Halo Infinite. If they need, which they don't, but if they think they need microtransactions to make this game better, you're doing it wrong. I used to actually like the grind in the Halo games, whether it was Halo Reach, Halo 4, working your way up and getting those things by playing games, being good in them. It wasn't a terrible grind. It was easily attainable. You just had to play and you were going to do that anyway because it was a fun game. I miss that. Now what? Is someone going to have a cooler armor because they paid for it? I mean, yeah, everyone gets like a little exclusives, but if they need someone hired specifically to implement microtransactions on a wide scale, I don't know, that's just a bad sign. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. I thought Microsoft was on their way up, but who knows? Is this going to be a little bump in the road, or is this a sign of them going downhill again? Let me know your thoughts on this. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you next time.